What is the definition of a role model? Is it someone who says no to drugs? A person who prioritizes themselves to put work first before playtime? Has today's society forgotten the meaning of what a role model is? Today, we talk to Pastor Victor Cole to hear his point of view of being a role model. Who would you consider a positive influence on you that you would consider a positive role model?
Growing up, role models for me during that era, probably my number one role model was my father. And because he was a very strong presence in my family. We had rules and regulations. We had very little downtime for our own. We had playtime, but it was planned playtime. It was orchestrated. We had chores. I admired him for his work ethics. He knew how to. If he didn't have anything, he knew how to make things work. Along with my father, might have been probably, and I'm not just saying it because I'm a pastor or a chaplain, but would have been my pastor at that time. There seemed to be men who were level-headed, who were involved in the community, who were had families, and they stayed connected to the community, and they lived within the community. They didn't live outside of the community in which they had their circle of influence. So I would say my father, my pastor at that time, as well as my uncles, my mom's brothers, and they were a heavy influence. Good work ethics. They were men of the faith. They had family values. Everything was centered in that era around the church.
Question two. How do you perceive in being a role model to your community?
How do I perceive myself as being a role model to the community? I think the old expression, practice what you preach. So I have this thing about, I may not be able to influence a larger group of people, or person, whatever, large group of people. So I try to just be a role model for my personal circle of influence. Same thing, family values, a strong faith, and always try to live my life by doing the right things, by acting appropriately in public. And I think when we do that, we are a role model for someone in the grocery store. Of course, being in the pulpit, I would hope that people would see a strong leader. I would hope that people would see a person of great ethics. It's, you know.
Is it possible for a person who at one point has set bad examples in the past can turn over a new leaf and influence people in a positive manner?
Absolutely. People can change their ways. I think that's every role model, every hero has come up from dark places. And I think that God allows that to happen. You can look at the 66 books of the Bible, and every hero in the Bible, every main character in the Bible has been in a dark place, and then the Lord has used them to come to the light to pull other people. So if you look at most of your celebrities, most of your basketball players, football players, or sports figures, or whomever, have come from dark places, troubled backgrounds. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. Troubled backgrounds, molestation, whatever it may have been, but they've used those negative things, and somehow, through the help of Almighty God, they have persevered and moved forward, and they become a role model. I mean, we could go down a list of people, you know. Positive role models in today's society is possible, and we do have some. This is Brandon Ladson from SSCJ.